He's fucking useless, you are, yeah, this. Right, welcome back to All Stars MMA podcast, and I'm actually in it this week, which is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go.
Kicked out my own studio on
I know.
Sunday. Was that fucking it's like
Sunday,
lifetime ago, Sunday. I thought Mr. Houghton were going to knock my table over with sticking his foot up on it. I fancy my chances at a heel hook at that point, you know, when his foot were out.
You're very salty over this. It's
No,
not that you
I'm
brought
alright.
it up at all.
I'm all right. I just couldn't figure out what was going on. He watch out your back. He puts his
back's fucked.
He puts his leg up, and I'd put like a cup of a glass of water there for him, and I'm just thinking that's going to go straight off equipment, isn't it? It's just going to ruin everything. That's all I could see, and he didn't give a shit, did he? He's like, his foot's up. It's like, yeah, tell him pretty well to right. It's like, right, I got to get a piss, and just fucks off. That's it, just leaves. But yeah,
he's a funny character.
He is
a character, but yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah.
How did you find seminar? Did you enjoy it?
Seminar were good, yeah. There were about 60 on the mat. Obviously, we did the promotions, 3 new black belts for the gym. All them guys been training over 10 years with me now.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I actually made a little list last night. I like, fucking hell, I started compiling a list of like the blue belts, purple belts, brown belts, black belts, and, you know, and just to see, because I've got no record anywhere. You know, I just kind of promote people and then forget about it. So
you've got, how many people are under you then now? Like, how many?
There's quite a few, but obviously there's a lot of white belts with stripes and stuff like that, and a lot of people who are close to blue belt, and then there's a lot of people who trained with me before. So I've just done the guys who are in the gym at the minute.
Yeah.
You know, who have got so there's quite a few blue belts, a few less purples, and I think there's only 2 brown belts. So Costas and Moz, I think they're our only brown belts, right? Unless there's another one that I don't know about.
No, that's it, I think.
Yeah. So yeah. So I've just been doing that. So and just looking at who we've got in the gym and stuff. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think we've got 8 black belts now.
Phil said he was like, just think in 10 years everyone's gonna have a black belt, you know, everyone there. But like as the famous saying goes, it's not who's the best, it's who's left in it.
Yeah,
so it'd be interesting to see, like, if you look at the people that were on the mat on Sunday, who's gonna be there in 5 years, who's gonna be there in 10 years.
Yeah, just keep at it.
I saw on Instagram Danny Sturck's got his purple belt as well from NAM.
As well, yeah.
That's class. Yeah. So yeah, congrats, mate. I know you watch or listen occasionally, so congratulations, man.
Yeah, so yeah, it was a good seminar. It were good. We just did some takedown stuff, some knee on belly stuff. He structured it pretty good. Sometimes Houghton can go off on a tangent, but I kept him off the politics shit. Because once he gets into that, he just doesn't stop, you know. So yeah, like the previous seminar we did, I did some techniques, and then it was a lot of talking and a lot of going off on tangents.
It was so busy. Like, I've never seen that many people on that mat.
Yeah,
before, like,
I think for Frank Mir we had quite a lot, didn't we?
I don't feel like it was that many when Frank
I'm
Mir.
sure. I've got a picture somewhere and there's a fucking lot of people.
Was it?
Similar, yeah, I would say similar.
I think it looks worse because everybody's in a gi as well.
Yeah.
Adds a bit more surface area, doesn't
That's it. Looks like we all look like ninjas. I'm pretty happy all the black belts had white gis on as well. I didn't even ask for that. I didn't plan that, but we all had white gis.
I wonder if you dropped like a DM. That would look at that.
That photo looked shit if everyone had white and I had my fucking yellow one on, some black pants or something. I'd look like a right dick. But yeah.
And you made it to the cover of BJJ Underground as well.
That's it. We made it.
Have you seen that? No?
Yeah, on the Underground, yeah. Thanks to Chris Thompson for doing that. Pretty cool.
It's epic.
But yeah, it's a good photo, isn't it? Good 8 black belts. Yeah, pretty cool to have everyone in the gym on that day.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll have even more. You know, next year, every year, just keep getting bigger and growing it.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah, crazy. So we've got another seminar. Feb.
That off, will you?
What are we on now? March 2nd. We've got Dan Strauss coming.
All right, yeah.
I'll try and get him on the podcast as well, to be fair. It's on a Monday.
Yep.
Yeah, so we could do that. We could get him on the podcast. So Dan's, he's competed in like Polaris and stuff like that. He's a black belt in the gi, but, competes a lot no gi, big into his strength stuff and grip stuff. He does all the fucking bending pans and bending nails and shit, stuff that I'm fucking probably the worst person in the world to do any of that shit. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I think we're doing like a guillotine seminar tour, so I think we might just stick with that and do the guillotine stuff. So yeah,
Cool. And Frank's back in it March. Is
Frank's going to be back. So that's Monday the 2nd of March. I believe that's the right date. That's for Dan Strauss. It's 20 quid. That's the seminar at AVT Leeds, 7 till 9 p.m. It's going to be. And then, yeah, Frank Mir, we're looking at like the end of March. We'll get Big Frank in. He's doing a bit of a tour of the UK. So we'll get him on the podcast, and we'll get a seminar in at some point. So it should be pretty cool. It was busy last time, and he's a funny guy to have in the gym.
Yeah.
He's a character. So he got some sparring in last time and stuff. He's a cool guy. He were asking me, getting me to show him some stuff and that. So
Yeah, because he was just going out to Hawaii, wasn't he, for that fight?
Yeah.
We didn't win that fight, I think.
No.
They were in that
it was a
heavyweight
tournament.
showdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a tournament. Yeah, so. But pretty cool. Pretty cool to have him in the gym, and we'll get some training done and stuff. So
good stuff. Good
man.
stuff. Right, what's on his list of what's on the agenda, Danny? You're in charge.
Have you gone through sponsors?
Oh no, shit. Yeah. So we're terrible at this, aren't we? So we are sponsored by Amazing Green CBD. We actually had a meeting with Tony last week. Guy's crazy. Love him to bits. He has actually supported us from day one. He is mental, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, he supported us from day one. We went through it with him, and like, honestly, the show wouldn't have gone on for as long as it has without him. He has just been a massive part of it. So we're going to support him as much as possible. They've got a bunch of new products coming out. If you look on the website, they've got CBD massage oil. They've got CBD tea bags, like different various tea bags.
I saw them. Yeah,
which is like, apparently they're going down a storm in like gyms, and cafes and stuff.
Yeah, CBD
so
tea. Yeah.
That's cool. They've got like a 40% off.
The new 40%'s just dropping today, I do believe.
Yeah. So and they're supporting Rico with that.
Yeah. I'm picking some of that up today.
Oh yeah.
At some point.
Yeah. So go check out Amazing. I know we say it every week, but like honestly, this show won't be here without them. So check out Amazing Green. Discount code AVT10 is still available, so you get 10% off. And I think orders over 50 quid are free delivery as well. And if you're in the area, I'm sure you can just pick it up from the gym or pick it up from one of those guys, because we see Tony quite regularly. So
that's it. Yeah, just call in the gym, and we'll try and get like a little bit of a shop in there, a little bit of a point of sale for him as well.
So check them out. And if you are a business or you want to support the podcast, just get in touch with us. We've not really pushed sponsorship before. It sort of just happened. We just sort of had Amazing Green and Ali last year, and but we are actively now looking for sponsorship. So if you're a business and you want to, if you're in the industry and there's a good partnership there,
nutrition companies,
give us a
like
ring.
That.
Yeah, just drop us a message, drop myself or Danny a message, and we see what we can do for you. We get some good numbers. People listen for some reason. When I realised how many people listen, we went out to Empire the other week, and people were like saying, "Oh, listen to your podcast." And then I got called onto the mat, so I had my headphones on, and the guy that we're up against, I had my headphones on. They must have said, "Right, Josh Gudgeon, you're on mat," and I'm just like fucking bobbing away. And the guys were like pointing at me, like, "You're on the mat," and I'm like, "How the fuck do you know I am?" He's like, "I listened to your podcast." I'm like, "Shit," because I heard you say you had like a what would you call it? A strategy. I'm like, yeah, fuck my strategy, it's straight out the window. But it's like, and then the guy that I went up against, a cool guy, I went against him twice. He were like, so you better in gi or no gi? I'm like, I ain't fucking telling you. So I said to him, and I was talking to him in no gi, I'm like, because he said, I'm better in no gi, and he beat me in gi on points. So as we were stood up, I'm talking to him, like on that video, I'm like, come on, gi's your game, no gi's your game, you can have this. And I fucking beat him, I submitted him.
Sick.
So it were good. It was good to meet people. It was good to meet Jake, the guy that runs Empire. He seems a cool guy.
Yeah, we need to get him in and speak to Jake.
I've spoken to him. Yeah, he said he's going to come on the podcast. I think you're going to arrange it, aren't you, Danny?
I have dropped him a message. I'm waiting for a reply.
Right.
So.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah,
because they're doing well. It really seems like a really well run competition. There's obviously a lot of grappling tournaments in the UK, but they do a good job. I know we were talking about maybe doing one in Birmingham or in Scotland.
Yeah,
he put those two areas, because they just do them in the north, don't they? Manchester and
I think so.
They've branched out to Wales.
Have they done one in Wales? Yeah.
But it's a really good complex.
There's only like 3 people in Wales, isn't there? I'm only joking. Yeah. I need to get to Wales actually. My family used to own a castle there. So I want to go and see it. Random bit of information.
I can't believe we're going down this rabbit hole already. Go on then. What happened at the castle?
No.
Castle Mitchell.
So when I were a kid, when I were younger, my granddad used to say, "Oh yeah, fucking hell."
Is this the one with the world famous boxer or trainer?
Yeah. So when I were younger, my granddad used to be like, "Oh yeah, there's a fucking our family. We owned a castle in Wales," And I'm like, all right. So I thought a castle, you know, is it really a castle or is it just like a big house, you know? So they own lots of farmland and stuff. And then my granddad was actually supposed to inherit it, but he weren't interested in like farming or anything like that. And he's like, nah, fuck this. He ended up moving to Doncaster, and he built ships. That's what he did. My granddad built ships.
All right.
Yeah. For a company called Dunstan's, which were based in Thorn, which, Jack knows, doesn't you? Because Jack's mum runs a little restaurant thing there. So yeah,
cool.
Pretty cool. But so that's what he did. But a lot of the family stayed in Wales, and they had this castle. And then he used to tell me that his dad, he's like, oh yeah, my dad, you know, he'd been sparring with his fucking, you know, this world champion boxer. He used to spar with him, and they used to spar in this castle. And I was like, fuck off. I'm like, yeah. I just like listen to this story. I'm like, fucking hell. I've got a world champion boxer in a fucking castle sparring with my granddad. I'm like, this ain't happening. This ain't happening. And then, so like I've had this story in my mind for years, and then I signed up to Ancestry, which is a pretty cool site. It's very tough if you don't know any information about your family, but if you know a few birthdays and you know a bit of information about where people were, you can start to find like birth certificates and stuff. And, you know, and I was very lucky that when I was on Ancestry, there's other people who are related to me who've done their family tree. So I've actually got a pretty big family, and so a lot of these people are in Wales, and it managed to like link me up with someone else's tree, and it showed you like, you know, my granddad and his uncles and his cousins and stuff, and then it showed you all these people basically in Wales, and then one of them, like some of the people that come up, there's pictures. There's like it says there's a picture of this person. Do you want to look at it? And you click on it, and you can like accept it to your tree. So there's a guy called Jesse Rennie, who's like my great uncle, and he was the owner of this fucking castle, which I can't even pronounce the name of it. It's like spelt with a G. It's like Gwyrch, but it's probably.
Oh, sorry, I muted you.
It's in Welsh, so you need a lot of phlegm to pronounce it. But yeah, so it's this castle anyway. So there's just a picture of him. He's just like a young guy with like a suit jacket on with this big fucking castle behind him. So I'm like, shit. And then when you click on it, there's all the names of my family living there and fucking farming there and stuff. And there's this fucking huge castle. And I'm like, no way, this is fucking crazy.
So are you gonna have a road trip and see the castle?
Yeah, because I thought that it'd be like a hotel or something now. So I thought, fucking hell, wouldn't it be cool to go and stay there? Yeah. But when I've looked, I think it's protected by like the National Trust or whatever. So I think you can go and visit it, you can walk around it, but it's like ruins now.
Right.
Maybe not, I'm not sure. Like I can't find very much information on like what you can actually do.
Should we go do the podcast from there next week?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Live from a castle in Wales.
Yeah.
We can make it happen, I think.
Oh yeah. Let's do it.
Let's
Nah, honestly,
maybe not next week.
I'd love to go there.
I can't. I'm in France next week. My bad.
Yeah. So
just to go back full circle. So Wales, you've got a castle there.
Yeah.
Because Empire's going to Wales. That's I'm trying to figure out where.
Yeah. So basically, Empire, you could do a grappling competition in my castle. I'll get it sorted for you. No. So, and then he's on a. So I found all this out, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know, he wasn't lying. We did actually at some point in our family, we own this big fucking castle. I'm like, that's sick. And then I remembered about this like boxing shit, and he's like, oh yeah, we, you know, like loads of boxers train there, and I thought, fuck it, like I've got the name of the castle, I know some information about it. Let's have a look. So I start Googling, I start finding pictures of fucking, so this castle, there's like punch bags, speedballs, boxers hitting them.
Muhammad Ali.
I'm like, fuck, this is fucking legit. Like, there was a boxing gym in this fucking castle. I'll try and find a fucking picture.
It was all meant to be, wasn't it?
It was meant to be.
Valetudo in a castle.
Castle Valetudo.
That could be where you could do it. Like you do Valetudo fight over there.
I could do, but yeah, it's crazy. Like I found, I'm just trying to find some pictures now, but yeah, there's like all these guys training there, and then so I was searching on like Google, and then I started searching. I'd looked on Facebook, and there was actually a video on Facebook of this sparring session happening. And I'm like, what the fuck? So they're sparring in this castle, and there's an actual video of it.
Have you still got it? Can you find it again? Not now, but like
yeah.
on.
I'll find it and I'll post it.
It's somewhere on your Facebook.
Yeah, I did post it on Facebook, but I couldn't believe it. I'm like, fuck, you know what I mean? This is it. It's actually real, and I could not believe it. I could not believe it, honestly.
I can't wait until they make this movie about Danny Mitchell's
And that's why recently as well I posted something like, somebody said to me, oh yeah, you know, my mate's a fighter, they're called so-and-so and they do fights, and I posted a little status on Facebook. Some people might have seen it, and I'm like, listen, if your friend or a friend of a friend tells you I'm a pro MMA fighter, all you got to do is Google that fucking name. If they ain't got a pro MMA record, there's no videos of them fighting, they're talking shit.
Yeah.
Simple as that, yeah? And it's like, I found my family's castle in Wales with a boxing gym and 2 guys sparring. Do you know what I mean? I found
it like pre-war as well. Yeah, also. It was like 40s.
I found a fucking black and white video of that happening. And if you can't prove to me that you've had a fight in 2020, you're talking shit. Simple as, you're talking shit. But yeah, I'd really, yeah. So it was actually, the main guy who trained there was Randolph Turpin. So if you know anything about boxing, you know that Randolph Turpin famously beat Sugar Ray Robinson, one of the old school legends in boxing. Yeah. He actually fought him twice. He won one, and then he rematched him and he lost. But at that time, that's the time he was training at the castle. So he was actually training for Sugar Ray Robinson in Wales, in my family's castle, which is fucking crazy. And there were some other guys there, and I actually found some other guys' names who were training there. And some people messaged me on Facebook and like, oh, you know, that's my fucking uncle or whatever. These other people who were training there, and I had pictures of them and everything. Fucking crazy. Really interesting.
I can't wait to see this video again. You're gonna have to show us it. You're gonna have to post it tonight.
Yeah, but I definitely want to check this castle out.
If you can do it before you die of pneumonia and the back disease, whatever you've got.
Fucking hell, yeah, I'm dying. But
that'd be ideal.
Yeah, I'd really like to go to this castle. It'd be cool as fuck. Just to get like a highlight reel of me shadowboxing in it or something.
Surely we can do a road trip.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
We'll do a road trip. We'll pre-record one there, and then we'll just release it like that day. That's what we should do. Right, let's get it in the diary. The next couple of weeks, we're going to Wales. Yeah. You got some spare time?
Yeah, fuck it, yeah.
We'll find the time.
We'll do some seminars and shit on way and fucking, yeah. Because I have actually, like, when I was young, we're just going on a massive tangent here. But when I was younger, me and my brother actually fucked off. I was like a young kid, like 15, 14.
Told this story on podcast before.
Yeah. And I just fucked off to Wales and just lived up a mountain.
I thought it was Scotland, though.
That's
a different story?
That's the story. Can you remember with the fucking guy doing Tai Chi and the Spitfire? Jamie made a sick photo of that. That is a random story, but that's for, yeah. We've already gone over that.
We should have these like preloaded so we could like run it again.
I know, but fucking hell.
Do you know, here's a funny story then. So like, it's nothing to do with that, but I've just come. I went to Milton Keynes. So on Sunday after the podcast, I had to leave because I was going straight down south. Yeah. And I managed to. Somebody got in contact with me on LinkedIn. They're like, "We've got a job for you. If you can do it, if you can beat this coach, your job." I'm like, cool. And they're like, "What we want you to do is want you to make a bunch of content and film for the World Badminton Championships." And I'm like, interested. And I'm like, yeah, sure, of course we can do it. And so we're now making all this.
So online. we've no information about badminton.
I've got absolutely no idea now. Now myself and the company are doing like all the online content for the World Badminton Championships in March at the NEC. Yeah, this is where it gets funny. So we did first recorded yesterday. Went down to Milton Keynes, filmed it. Went well. Footage looks amazing. Speaking to the guy, and he's like, "Yeah, we're looking for a presenter. You know, we need like a colour commentator to help us presenting. We found a comedian, this like foreign comedian, but he pulled out because he can't make the dates. It's like the 10th or the 15th of March. So we need a colour commentator. They don't need to know anything about badminton." Yeah. And I'm like, I know a guy, Brian Lacey.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my mate can do it. I'm like, Brian Lacey, he's a coloured commentator. He does MMA. He's a stand-up comedian. I'm like, he ticks all the boxes. I'm like, oh, it sounds amazing. So I think I've got Brian a job. So he's gonna.
Brian's gonna be commentating on badminton.
So Brian, at the fucking 10th to the 15th of March, is probably going to be presenting the World Badminton Championship from the NEC in Birmingham.
And that's a lovely segue, speaking about commentators that probably shouldn't be doing that job.
What do you think? Brian's like, I want Brian down there because I'm going to like book into a MMA gym so we can have his fucking grappling match as well. I'm coming for you, Brian. I'm coming for you.
So, have you seen the beef going on between Stephen A. Smith and Joe Rogan? After
I've seen what Stephen said. I've not seen Joe's response to that, but I've seen what he was saying about Cowboy and stuff, and just saying it's fucking basically he was shit.
Yeah. Did you see the fucking? You see him hitting pads? It's like a meme now. Have you seen that Stephen A. Smith hitting pads?
No.
Get it up. Get that up before you do anything. Like that's number one. Like it's bad.
Yeah.
Like obviously all this went out, and then he said, like I'm trying to get involved. Here's me hitting pads with my trainer. And it's like he's in like a stringer vest. It looks like he's in an Eminem video. There's some baggy joggers. Watch him. Look at him.
Dick punch.
What the fuck?
Dick punch uppercut.
Where's this in? Just like an hotel room or some shit.
Looks
There's
like
a fucking arcade machine there. Where is it?
I don't know. It's on
Maybe his bedroom.
He's on a magic carpet, isn't he?
Oh my god, this is not good.
I think that left that he's throwing, it leaves his chin a bit exposed.
What even is that punch? That's not even like what is the pad man doing? Like the pad man must be terrible. He's holding a fucking punch down here. He's like that. It's fucking terrible.
What if he's been attacked by a bunch of little people?
Maybe,
and a really big
maybe
person?
it's like Smurfs. Smurf defense. Fucking crazy.
So what were you saying, Danny? What's the deal? Him and Rogan.
So what's Rogan said?
Well, basically, Rogan came back and said that he was bang out of order. He's a basketball commentator. He's got no place to be commentating, especially saying something like a legend such as Cowboy quitting fight when he's got no experience or
like I don't think he shouldn't be commentating. I think anybody can commentate, but yeah, you just got to be careful like what you're saying about people because. You just need to be a bit more in the know. And I suppose the UFC, you do need experience to be fucking...
Yeah, you're at the top of the tree.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's because ESPN have got the rights, so they've thrown him in.
Yeah.
So he's come across from ESPN as their guy. And yeah, it's a bit out of his depth, I think. Especially when you've got such high-level commentary teams. Like, because you have got, like, elite athletes. You have got, like,
DC,
Dominic Cruz,
Cruz.
DC, all these people that are smashing it. Michael Bisping, all of them. And then you've got this guy.
Daly's just got sacked from Bellator, hasn't he?
Yeah, what happened with that? I saw his post.
Don't know.
I think he said something. I think in one of the matches, he wasn't quite a neutral party. I think he was saying basically, I can fuck that guy. That's what I read it weeks ago, but I'm pretty sure he said like about a potential opponent, his weight class.
Yeah.
He said, like, I think that's what happened. Because in his post, he said like about being too honest.
Yeah.
So, fuck knows.
But yeah,
Shame
Rogan and Josh Thompson went over it on Rogan's podcast. And the point that they brought up, well, if you say that about one at Diaz Brothers and you're walking through corridor, then you're probably going to get stoved in. If you turn around and say, you've got to be careful with fight game. It's not basketball. And
True story. That's why I've been trolling people like hell on the YouTube comments of the Rico documentary, but I am kind of questioning my decisions if we go to the next BKB match. If I'm looking for a camera lens and someone's like clocks me one from side, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's all good. Get some views. Or video that.
Yeah.
Josh Gudgeon fights, angry fan. That'll go viral.
I wasn't nice to him afterwards. I said, look, I'm not a fighter, like, but I will. I've got one
I will
stripe.
grapple the fuck
I said,
out
I've got
of you.
one stripe on my white belt, so if you fancy a grapple, let's get down. But he didn't respond, so I guess he didn't want none of this. He's like, they're all running scared. This guy on YouTube, Brian Lacey. Nobody wants it.
Not doing himself any favours, is it?
Nobody wants that one stripe hanging off their back.
Next.
So, next one. Pat
Sabatini.
Yeah, there we go. Cheers for that, Donna. With a brutal broken arm. Have you seen this
Let's
yet?
have a look.
Oh, it's a baddie.
Let's have a look. Let's get our reaction here. So he's playing like a high guy. Fucking hell. So it's like a Mearlock. That's what that is.
They're still going.
So he's got like the Mearlock, which is like an overhook on the arm. Really. So That's not good.
He's just got himself a new elbow.
Oh shit!
I saw
Yeah,
one
snapped his elbow.
post that someone put out, and it was like his arm looked like Harry Potter's after someone had taken bones out of it, and it was just.
Who did Frank Mir do that to? Frank Mir got someone with that.
Yeah, he did.
It's called a Mir lock, yeah, where it's like an overhook on your arm and you crank their elbow. That was like a very extreme version of that. Yeah, Frank Mir did it to someone. I can't think who. No, he came over, Nog. He armbarred Tim Sylvia, broke his arm. Broke Nog's arm, but then he did it to someone else. He got him with like it's like a weird elbow shoulder lock thing. Pretty weird, but yeah, that's
two bones,
fucked.
2 bones in your forearm as well. And you snap both of them. Then I once broke a guy's arm like that by accident. So
you horrible man.
Nah, yeah. So when I was at Navy, we did like a can't remember, a mess dinner. So when you go for like your officer training, they put you through like this mess dinner, and at the end of it they do mess games, they call it. And only thing you can compare it to is like rugby lads, rugby games. So there's like all sorts of mad shit, like you can't let fucking something touch floor, and you had to knock over this like shell casing while everyone linked arms. If somebody broke the link, then you were out, and obviously it got smaller. It was just kind of like muscling about.
Yeah. And
we got down to like the last 5 people, and this guy would, bearing in mind, like we were there with like doctors and all these people going through their officer training to be in Royal Navy.
Yeah.
And we had to like drag people about. I fell. My DO fell on me. He was about 18 stone. I was probably like 14 stone at the time. And this guy was behind me, probably your size, Jack. And his arm got stuck in my ribs there like that. And as I fell and he landed on me, his fucking forearm just snapped. And this guy was a doctor. And his hand touched his own elbow. And it was like the worst thing I've ever seen. Everyone was like gipping. I sobered up immediately. I was like, oh, this is me. And he was in shock just holding his arm.
Shit.
So needless to say, he's probably working at Subway or something now because he got medically discharged.
Did he?
Yeah, fucking right. That's it.
Fucking hell, shit.
Later, so your career's over just by doing
bad.
drinking games. But like they expected to do it. They're like, it was so funny because the guy, here's some dirt for you. So the guy that's actually on the Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier that we've just been commissioned.
Not to name anyone personally.
He's the commanding officer on there.
Yeah.
He was the commanding officer at Britannia Royal Naval College when I was there. So there were like people cutting their eyes open. This guy broke his arm, but as soon as he broke his arm, all the senior staff just left. They were like, yeah, fuck this. It's gone too far now. Just walked off and left us with this guy with a broken arm up floor.
Fuck.
Yeah, so bad times.
Bad shit.
Pete Williams, UFC 36.
That is it. That's the great
the
picture of it there. There you go. So check that out if you've not seen that. Frank Mir, Pete Williams. That's the Mir lock. So yeah, bit of history for you there. Pretty cool.
Is that actually what he does? Go back onto the other one.
Yeah, it's the same. It's not a straight arm bar. It's like
it looks like he had some sort of like.
Nah, it's the same as that. He's got an overhook on his arm. You watch this. We should make a little video of them both.
His arm's up and up because it almost looks like an
look.
All right, yeah.
Look, so his arm's bent like this outwards. That's it. That's the Mir lock.
We
should make a little video hashing them both together.
Yeah,
we should do that. That'd be cool.
Make it happen. We can make that happen.
One of the best stories with an arm. Obviously, that guy's fucked. Like he can't carry on fighting. But a lot of jiu-jitsu guys will know this. But I love watching the match on YouTube. It's Jacare. So Ronaldo Souza, obviously now in the UFC, when he fought Roger Gracie. I think it was the Mondials in about 2000, maybe 1999, something like that, or early 2000. So, like obviously Hodge's like fucking 7 times champion or whatever, and it was a final, and Jacare was winning, I think by 2 points. I think Jacare got a foot sweep, got some kind of takedown. Hodge pulled guard. So Jacare's up 2 points, and then Hodge fucking slams on this super tight armbar, breaks Jacare's arm, yeah?
I have seen it,
Snaps his arm. Jacare pulls his arm out. He's got his gi on. He like tucks his arm in his belt and then just fucking legs it. So they keep like restarting the match, and he's just running, just staying away from Hodge.
I've seen this, yeah.
And then the match ends, and everyone just fucking piles in. Everyone's going crazy. Everyone's going fucking crazy. You know what I mean? It's mad. Yeah. So he basically wins the Mondials with a broken arm against Hodge. And then it was at that point he actually said, you know, I've because you don't get paid for jiu-jitsu competition. You have to pay to fucking enter. So he's entered the Mondials. He's won. You know, he's world champion in jiu-jitsu. But he's got no money and he's got a fucking broken arm. And at that point, that's when he switched to MMA. He's like, I might as well do MMA and fight and get paid.
Yeah.
And that's when he made the switch. But it's if you get a chance to watch that, check it out.
Yeah.
It's a fucking crazy moment. Like you can imagine being there, like in Rio or whatever, when that were happening. I think it's at the Tijuca Tennis Club, which is like the most famous jiu-jitsu arena, if you like. And fucking hell, just imagine being there. Fucking crazy. Like everyone just going off. Fucking.
Imagine being that much of an hard bastard. You just took your arm into your boot. Like, fucking,
Yeah.
let's have that. Took my arm into my belt. Come on, let's go.
Well, like similar response when Eddie won against Hoyler. Like everyone just piled onto mats after.
Yeah. When he tapped him that first time, yeah.
Crazy one. So next story. Have you seen Rogan's little post that he put out about him being on carnivore diet?
If you're going to play that, put the mic up to the thing so everyone can hear it as well.
All right, well, I need to
turn your audio on. Yes, Jessup's talking about when...
oh, no, because we got that running as well.
Jessup's talking about Rogan's. He's been on a carnivore diet for a month now, I think he's been doing it.
Yeah, he did it for a month.
So this is, he put a post out giving a rundown of it afterwards. You going to play it?
Yeah, I just needed to drop volume on the other one.
So, I did the carnivore diet for all of January. I lost 12 pounds.
12 pounds?
Gained a ton of energy. My energy levels were completely flat the whole month. No ups and downs from crashing after eating. I had a belly. A lot of people made fun of me, fat shaming. I lost all my fat.
His body's so short.
All the belly.
There's a lot of growth hormone in that, though, isn't there?
I don't know if I'm going to keep eating like this, but it was tremendously beneficial. And I also have an autoimmune disorder. It's called vitiligo, and my vitiligo improved. I had a bunch of white spots fill in, so...
Are you going to get on...
I went into this thing...
on HGH or on the testosterone replacement therapy? You're going to get on it?
Yeah, when I'm 35.
It's as good as I felt in a long time, and it's just 1 month.
Yeah, it's what he didn't mention there is he had shits pretty bad as well from it.
Yeah, he said he had shits for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, he went over that on his podcast, and he was like, it was violent.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. I've been the opposite. I've been vegetarian for 3 weeks now.
And you got pneumonia?
And I've got pneumonia, so yeah, I should probably eat meat and fucking cure me. I thought I'd recovered and then I coughed and now my back's fucked, so... I've definitely got some kind of lung. Definitely
I
got some
I
kind
recovered,
of lung
then I coughed.
after this podcast, I need to ring doctors immediately. But yeah, I'm still here. This could be the last one. Thanks for listening.
I thought I recovered and I coughed out a lung.
Oh, honestly, fucking hell, not good. But yeah, it's interesting. I know another guy who's done the same. He's gone on the carnivore diet and he had some like health issues. And yeah, he's fucking all he eats is meat. He has like fatty steak for breakfast. Yeah,
struggle with that.
And he says it's amazing. He says he feels really good. And I guess it just depends on like, you know, obviously there's this thing, this Game Changers, but a lot of the meat what they're testing on there, it's like fucking hamburgers from fucking Burger King and that.
Yeah.
They're not really like I've been vegetarian just testing it out. I'll probably do another week and then I'm going to start reintroducing meat, but I'm just going to reintroduce like good quality meat. So, you know, I'll try some like fillet steak and, you know, I'll try something and see how it affects my body and just test it out. I think that's the only real way you can really figure it out.
See, I'd do it if Bank Balance like let it happen, then I'd do it. So if any
it's
butchers
cheaper.
Want to sponsor me or out like that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you went vegetarian. I said like I did pescatarian for like 8 weeks and it was ace. Saved a fortune, felt amazing. Tried a bunch of new shit that I'd never tried before, and now I've proper cut back on meat consumption, and we only buy like decent stuff now. So
yeah, so I'm just gonna test it out. But yeah, for some people that carnivore diet's really good. I think it's just relative to you, and I think it's a good idea if you, rather than sitting on YouTube and watching loads of videos and reading loads of bullshit articles, who are, you know, probably, you know, the meat companies are trying to get you to be a carnivore and the fucking vegan companies are trying to get you to stop eating meat. I think just try it. Just try a month of just eating meat. Try a month of just eating no meat and see how you feel.
I bet the fucking breath stinks though. Like it's like when a dog eats meat, innit? You know, like it's just gonna. I don't know. I think it will. I think
try that. Try a month for just eating dog food. It's cheap. It's fucking nutritious.
Dog food diet. It's way forward.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
I think it's. I know a vegetarian but their dog is meat, like only eats raw meat, which I think is really funny. That they're a vegan, like they're a plant-based vegan vegetarian, but they feed the dog like actual live meat. Like
some of them do convert the cats and the dogs over to a vegan diet as well. And what happens is the pets go blind and die.
That's what's going to happen to me, I think. So we're not far off now. I think we're entering the final stage of life.
These are the highs and lows of Danny Mitchell, because fucking 2 weeks ago we sat here with triathlete of the world saying, right, I'm going to do a fucking triathlon.
You know
same
what?
day I'm going to have a fight. And now
I'm supposed to be today. My plan for today.
I've coughed.
I've taught class this morning.
Out a hemorrhoid.
I was going to come here and then I was going to hit the back. I was going to do 30k on bike today. That was going to be the thing. Yeah, just in the gym, not out on the road. Yeah. Just trying to blast out 30k. Just steady, not crazy fucking trying to kill myself, but just like steady pace and just go. But yeah, fucking hell, I feel fucked now. So we'll see. I might be able to still do it.
Well, I won't remove the job application for a new co-host just yet then, because we put that. We had some funny responses from that, didn't we? Do you see it when you were at the peak of death? I put out your mugshot from when you were in hospital saying, look, we're looking for a new co-host. The prerequisites. Conor Halliday's at the top of the list at the minute because he kind of fits all the.
It's from Doncaster.
It fits all the tick boxes. Yeah. But yeah, we had some funny responses from that. What's next then?
Just announced. Obviously, you've probably heard a bit before. Mark Casey versus Jai Herbert.
Oh, he's back in country now, isn't he? Is Mark?
No, he's back in Holland now. He came back for a couple of days and he's jetted back off. He's back with Nick now. Nick Hemmers. Jack Grant's out there with him as well, so he can get his grappling and stuff in. So yeah.
I'm sure I saw him getting on a plane yesterday.
Yeah, a plane back to Holland.
Oh.
I thought we were back. So when's he back again?
So I think
that's it. He's doing
I think we're just going to go right up to the fight now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Must be loving it then.
Yeah. He loves it out there. So yeah, he's going to stick out there, and I'll just meet him on fight week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. So yeah, all good. Obviously, Stevie pulled out. I believe it. I seen James Doolan has got a little podcast now, the Higher Level podcast. It's called, up in Scotland. So he's Stevie's coach, and yeah, he were just talking about Stevie. He's had to pull out. He's got like a
shoulder or knee injury.
He's got a knee injury. I seen him doing like a bit of drilling and stuff, and he's had his knee strapped up. And this happened before as well. This fight was penciled in before, and a similar thing happened. And basically, Doolan said, he said the UFC have been cool with it. They're actually gonna pay for the stem cell treatment.
That's amazing, that, isn't it? Yeah, because I mean, Stevie Ray he put a post out on Instagram saying, apologise for pulling out a fight. He's had this prolonged injury that means he probably can't fight again, and this is his last opportunity. Yeah.
So what Doolan was saying is basically this is the last. He's had 2 surgeries, I believe, on his knee. This is the last chance now. So he's going to have this, and if this doesn't improve, because his coach and himself, they said they don't want him to fight, if he's just at like 60% or whatever, because he could go all the way. So they don't want to just chuck him in there.
Yeah.
So, this is his last chance. So they're going to see how this goes. And he said if this goes well, then he's back in there. And they said if it goes wrong, then there's nothing else he can do. And he's just going to have to fight out his contract basically on just being 60%. So that this is kind of the last chance. They're going to see how it goes. But it's pretty cool. The UFC are gonna pay for that. I think that Stevie's had some big wins, so that's probably they probably want to keep on the side.
Yeah, it's a smart decision, isn't it? And yeah, fucking good luck to you. I hope he gets it sorted. I like him as a fighter. I like him as a character as well. Like from stuff I've seen of him after fights and stuff, seems a cool guy. Remember, Stevie, if our mate Bisbin can win his title with one eye, that's like motivation, isn't it?
One eye and pretty much one leg. He only had like one tendon left in his knee, I believe.
It shows shows what a human body can do, doesn't it? It's fucking mental. But yeah, I hope he gets it sorted super quick.
That's it. So yeah, all the best to Stevie. But obviously we still want Mark to fight. It's a big show, big UK card. We want to get Mark in there. So obviously previously, Cage Warriors World title, Jack Grant from ABT fought Jai Herbert. So he lost that fight. I think it was a 3rd round. It got stopped. It got stopped. So Jack had a few problems for that fight with his weight cut, and he introduced a lot of new things that I thought maybe this is it's a world title fight, and then he changed a lot of things with his nutrition and his cut, and I'm like, fucking hell, it's not a good time to sort of test that out. This is the biggest fight of your career. And it didn't work out right. He got in there a little bit flat, and he just didn't perform. He didn't do what he could do. He's going to be fighting again in April anyway. So off the back of
I
that,
saw that. Yeah.
so off the back of that, that made Jai, Jai becomes world champion. He's a good fighter. And then everyone thought, he's going to get signed straight to the UFC. But I think the UFC, they're pretty full at the minute. They're not looking to sign lots of new people. They've got a lot of people on their roster. So, it didn't look like he was going to get signed anytime soon. I'm not sure if Cage Warriors had actually booked him another fight as well. But when Stevie dropped out, they came up with the Jai Herbert. Obviously, that becomes Jai's debut in the UFC.
It's a big first fight, that, isn't
it? It is a big first fight. But that's what they tend to do. They tend to do, like, especially with the Cage Warriors guys, if you're a world champion, unbeaten or whatever, they'll stick you in there and they'll just put you straight into the fucking fire.
So if you look at like the two styles, obviously Jack and Mark, when Jack lost his fight, it was down to strikes when he just got outstruck. Is that fair to say?
A little bit. He didn't really move very much, and he just kind of ate too many punches, and that were it.
And Jack's he's not really known for, I guess, knockout power. He's more of a grappler. Would you say that's again fair representation? Or
definitely. I think that Jack he's just got to work on that movement and stuff on his feet, and he spent a lot of time doing grappling competitions.
Yeah, because on the flip side,
he's invested a lot in that.
You've got Mark, who's like a fucking world-renowned striker. He's like got highlight reel after highlight reel of epic knockouts.
Yeah.
But again, his grappling's improved significantly over the years. He's gone on to. He did the fight on. What did his fight on? Where's that one that we went to in that little underground place in Leeds?
Polaris.
It wasn't Polaris. It
Not
was
Polaris.
No,
what's it called?
Pantheon.
Pantheon.
I had the P.
Yeah, Pantheon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we obviously fought on Pantheon. And then now been able to work with Jack through his camp.
Yeah.
Like Jack's a high level grappler, so this could be the best.
Yeah, that's
really
it.
Could be the best Mark we're going to see from a striking standpoint and a grappling standpoint.
That's it. I mean, Mark's he's a beast. He's cardio. Like the main thing that we did when he came to AVT is we gave him this cardio program, and we just took his cardio to another level, really.
Yeah.
So, he's been he's been doing well with that, and I think it's shown in his fights. He's gone the distance in his last 2 wins, but he's been dominant and he's not stopped working. I think was it against Venata where he got like a 30? Did he get a 30-26? I think he was so dominant.
Yeah.
He's looking good, and it's a very tough fight for Jai. I think that Mark's probably going to stop him. I think that's the plan, is to stop him, to go out there. And Mark's had 2 tough fights, two good decision wins, and now I think it's time for Mark to step it up another level and start getting those highlight reel finishes again. So that's what I'll be looking for. Obviously, Jai's coming in there with it's his debut. It's a massive fight for him. It's going to be he's got a lot of people behind him, and he's coming in there kind of with nothing to lose, really. This is like his time to just show everyone what he can do.
I suppose he's got everything to lose, hasn't it? It's his first fight in UFC. Like that's the.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them weird scenarios, but I think Mark's got that octagon time under his belt, and he's another level on the feet. So I think.
Speaking of the London card, obviously it got announced. Is it who's the headliners for that now?
It's Leon Edwards.
Leon Edwards versus
Tyrone Woodley.
Tyrone Woodley, yeah.
Big fight, that, isn't it?
Big fight, yeah, very big fight. Chuff for Leon. He deserves it. He's had some big wins and stuff, and now he gets his main event. So hopefully that's where Mark's heading as well. If he gets a big win over Jai, that puts him 3 fights. He's won in a row, and overall it puts him like 6-3 in the UFC.
All right,
in the lightweight division, which is the most stacked division.
Yeah.
So he's a win over Jai. He's going to put him up. Obviously, Jai's not ranked in the UFC or whatever, but it's still a good win over him. Cage Warriors world champion. It's going to put him up there and just creeping into that top 20.
McGregor's belt, innit?
That top 20, when you just look at the top 20 in lightweight, it's stacked.
Yeah.
Like every person in there is a main event
Absolute
fight.
Killer, yeah.
Yeah, so, you look at the other divisions, you're looking at like the top 5 or whatever, but with lightweight, it's so fucking stacked. So stacked. So just to get into that top 20 would be a massive achievement. But obviously Mark's, he could go all the way. He's got his eyes set on the end goal, which is to be the champ. And then
That'd be exciting.
who
That'd
knows?
be
Then
exciting.
move up to welterweight and be the double champ. Why not?
Then if-
Welterweight's the one everyone wants to be at now because this BMF shit and there's a lot of like fucking marquee fights at that weight, isn't there?
As well, it's nowhere near as stacked as 155.
Yeah, that's it. It's-
I know, but you've got
You
like
can make a
Usman
quick
and that,
route
like-
to belt at 170, can't you?
yeah, it's still tough. It's not as tough as the 155 division, I think, but
especially when Tony gets that belt.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Heard it here first.
I'd like that to happen. But
Yeah,
Team Tony.
Team Tony.
yeah, I'd love him to win. But if someone put a gun to my head and said, "Bet your
don't
house
say
on
it.
it,"
Come on.
yeah,
You normally get
I'd
this
have to
right.
bet on Khabib. But I want Tony.
It's not far off now, is it? I feel like it's been coming forever, this fight. I just want to see it now.
Still a bit. April 28th, I think it is.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Back
plenty
end
of
of
time.
April.
I will wait then. Fine. What's next?
Rundown this weekend's UFC 247.
I'm not that excited for it, to be honest. I know it's the title of this podcast, but
I want to get Josh's reaction on this one anyway. So Nowitzki's come out and said John Jones is the cleanest athlete in UFC. Facts.
what?
He has, in Nowitzki's time in anti-doping, no one has been tested as many times in a 12-month period as John. He got tested 42 times.
In a 12-month period?
Yeah.
That's fucking almost once a week. There's only 52
Yeah.
weeks of the year, isn't there?
Yeah, I bet he's pissed off. Them guys following around all
Yeah,
the
but
time.
Well, I'd
he
imagine
got banned,
they've done
didn't
a
he? He got
few,
fucking picogrammed. Picogram.
Yeah.
The
but-
pulsing effect.
I don't know.
That may have turned up from somewhere else, do you know? That's maybe
from
what
the
they're pointing at. That,
from the marching
how it-
powder, the Colombian marching powder.
yeah, it may have got
a bad
into his
mix.
system
You know what?
some other ways.
I hope that now there's no more controversy surrounding him because, you know, everyone says, "Oh, he's the fucking greatest fighter of all time," but it's just tainted, innit, by this fucking steroid shit.
It'll never go away, will it? Because I mean,
I
unless
know, but if he could fight now and continue fighting the best and stay clean for another couple of years, he's not going to erase that, but he's at least going to. Yeah, he's going to He will solidify his position as one of the greatest of all time. But at the minute,
if
Bear
so-
in mind, the other greats that we're talking about were all on juice. No question about it. Like,
oh, he's going in. He's going in.
you're gonna get
You
pulled
can't
off air.
say that.
You're gonna get kicked off.
Can't say
like,
that.
a lot
proper
of them,
sport.
what,
You
know,
saying
like,
GSP didn't have that belly from taking growth hormone? It was shit.
I don't-
No.
Well, what he has said. So what as Jones has said, I watched part of the interview with Ariel Hawani. He's basically saying that when it comes to the conversation and the debate about the greatest of all time, he doesn't want it to be a debate. It should be a landslide that it's him. And considering that he has been, like 23 years old when he got his first championship belt, 23, youngest ever, he's well on the way to. No, I think he would fact check that. I'm pretty sure he was 23. Yeah, and if you listen to the interviews now, he's like he's on the straight and narrow. He seems pretty calm, pretty chill. It's kind of creeps me out a bit because he's too like, he's holier than thou. He's talking about his dedication to God and how good he's been. Whereas like we know he's a bit of an evil psychopath, so just stick with it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, that Reyes is no slouch, is he? I mean, this is a fucking...
Mate, have you seen him move? I mean, he's
Yeah.
12-0 in the UFC. He's a big bastard. Like, he
Yeah.
obviously beat Chris Weidman. He's just knocked everybody out all the way up.
Yeah, he's like
OSP.
super athlete. That's the thing with Jones is like, he's a super athlete.
23.
Yeah, we're 23. So Jones is a super athlete, and he has fought like a lot of guys who were middleweights who came up to, who've moved up to light heavy to fight him. But now Reyes is like, what is he, 6'4"?
Yeah,
he's a legit light heavyweight.
Yeah.
This guy is not a blown up middleweight. He's a legit light heavyweight. He's also super athletic.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you see the size of Reyes against Weidman? Like, that is a big difference.
yeah.
I mean, obviously, when he goes up against Jones, they're both going to be of similar size. So, obviously, naturally...
Weidman's a middleweight, though.
Yeah, I know, but he came up near to fight him. I think the fight's going to be an interesting one. He's got an answer for everything as Jones, hasn't he? Like, if you watch him in any of his previous fights, he's always just tapping away here, there, and everywhere. He ruins that flow for every fighter.
Yeah.
Where it's just a little kick just to knock him off the rhythm. He's managed to do it with every fighter. But you look at Reyes.
He never lets you get to one.
He doesn't let you get off the mark. So you can only assume he's going to do that again, and obviously finish the fight in one way or another. How do you see it going down?
Yeah, I think that Reyes might have success early. I think he might catch him early with some stuff. But if Jones just goes back to his like Greco wrestling style and stuff, I think he'll dominate the fight with that. But yeah, I can see Reyes having some success because he's a fucking beast. So
with OSP, he managed to sort of cut an angle, came across and just clean. I think he cleaned him on chin, and it was like it was such a slick move.
Yeah,
like he can shift for a big fella. Like he can move about.
That's it. It's a good fight. I think it's. I think you can't.
I'm excited for it now. It's good.
I think
I'm on side.
Yeah, you can't write Reyes off really in this fight. I think it's it is a good fight. What else we got on the card?
Shevchenko.
Valentina Shevchenko. We've grappled with her, haven't we, Jack? Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah. She was training at Tiger. I don't know if she still trains there. But she was just like a random person. We just rolled or whatever. And then, she's got like a coach, like this Russian guy. He just sort of sits in the corner and watches.
That's sick.
I was like, who the fuck's this guy watching? It's a bit weird, this.
It was Shevchenko that she got that head kick last time, wasn't it? Or 2 fights ago, 1 fight ago. Head kicked that bird into it. Is that am I right? So,
Yeah.
Like it sounded like a baseball bat being fucking.
Yeah.
She's a beast, world champion,
She's
Thai
scary.
boxer. Very good striker, and that when we trained, that first time we trained in Tiger, first time you came with me was like 2013, I think. So, yeah, she's been she were grappling every day then. So I'm sure her grappling 7 years of fucking grappling and wrestling. I'm sure it's pretty good.
What a beast.
What's her opponent's name? I can't pronounce the last name.
Cataline Chukagan,
something like that.
Yeah, but it's not pronounced like that, but whatever. Just butchered some poor girl's name.
Yeah, I've not really seen much of her, to be fair.
No.
But Shevchenko's a beast.
Most importantly, Derek Lewis is on the card, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all that matters. My balls was hat. Like,
He's fighting Latifi.
Yeah, he's headlining the
shit.
prelims.
Yeah, nice guy Latifi. Nice guy. He's a beast as well, Swedish. I don't know if they're still out of the All Stars gym, or I'm not sure what the deal is with that gym, if they're still there, training with Gustafsson and stuff. But I think, did Latifi lose his last fight? Just check his record. But he is a beast. Just like small, compact, good submissions.
see, Derek Lewis obviously got his title fight, didn't he, against DC?
Yeah.
A bit too soon, wasn't it? Really,
Yeah,
he just had that hype, and this is a perfect example of where popularity can get you catapulted to the top, because he really shouldn't have got that fight, but he got it anyway. Like a month after he beat that big that really tall Russian guy, Polish guy, can't remember his name. It's the worst fucking MMA show in the world. This did it. Carry on.
Yes, he lost his last two. Corey Anderson and Volkan Ozdemir.
Yeah, Volkan knocked him out, didn't he? So yeah, but yeah, so this is probably it for Latifi. Like, he's dropped them last two. He's probably he has to win this.
Yeah,
he has to win this. So yeah, we'll see.
Against Derek Lewis, that's not a
it's not an easy task, is it?
you don't want to get one of them bombs on
task.
a chin, and like he won that fight against that fucking big guy. We were losing it all in like last 15 seconds when he knocked him out.
Oh, he's got power all the way through.
Go on his record. Tell me what his name is. I forget now. It's like I forget. I can't remember what his name was, but yeah, he cleaned him out in like 15 seconds. Last 15 seconds of the third round.
Black.
Black Eye Ivanov. That were the decision, wasn't it? That was the decision he won. You know, the controversial decision.
I thought he knocked him out in last 15 seconds
against the Bulgarian guy. Did he drop him? It was a decision, split
No,
decision.
you're thinking of Alexander Volkev.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of
that right big tall guy. That he knocked out in the last 15 seconds or so.
Then he lost to Cormier. He lost to Dos Santos, and then he beat that Bulgarian guy.
Yeah.
But it was a very close fight. A lot of people arguing for the Bulgarian guy.
11 seconds left the war.
Oh yeah, I remember watching it. I was like, "Fucking Derek Lewis is out here. Like, he's definitely lost this fight." And then like cleaned him out. Boom.
That's the thing with them big bastards. They just fucking one punch can
Imagine,
change
yeah, but
it.
he looked fucked. He looked absolutely bollocksed. He looked like he couldn't.
If you watch him in one of his interviews, he says he's like, he purposely does that, and he'll just start breathing deeply, so you think he's tired, and then he'll just throw the biggest haymaker ever.
But then he got a title fight off back of that. Literally a month later, like,
yeah.
and then lost. But his balls was hot. He's got about 1.5 million followers. That's all I care about. He's fucking sick on Instagram. Go find the Black Beast on Instagram.
Sweet.
What's next?
And then just final one is Jones already looking for his next fight. He's wanting to move up to heavyweight to fight Stipe. You go check a lot of embedded stuff and that. He's already speaking about it.
DC. I'm saying I want to see Jones DC3. Then if he's going to go up to heavyweight, that's the fight I want to see.
I think that might happen. From what I'm hearing, I don't know if Stipe's coming back.
He might not be coming back.
Yeah, it might be. Ender Stipe's got a injury, I believe, with his eye.
On his brain. Did you hear him in his post-fight interview after? Like, no one still knows what he said. Like, no one's got a clue. Did you not see it?
No.
I've brought this up before. No one had a clue. Like, there's memes now. Like, I did an interview with Joe Rogan, and it would just like mumble jumble. No one knows what he said. How can you not have seen this?
Yeah.
Try get it up.
I just thought, like,
try get
Cleveland
Stipe's.
talk.
But yeah, I want to see. I think it'd be good to see the DC Jones 3. It'll be
good to see Jones at heavyweight, because I think that's the, when you're the heavyweight champion, that's kind of
you're the baddest.
You are the
baddest
man on the planet. Yeah, so it's a good move from Jones, but he's got to get through Reyes. Like, can't count him out. You can't look past.
No,
you can't look past that and count him out. So
yeah, just see if you can make out what he's saying in this interview. Yeah. No, run it against DC. Not that fight. Crackhead. He's on like UFC 195. They're not even wearing Reebok gear. Fucking hell. Right, so we need a new co-host when Danny dies, and we also need someone to work the computer in corner. So if you're somewhat IT savvy, drop us a message. Right, here he is.
And new heavyweight champion of the world, Stipe Miocic. How good does that sound?
It sounded real good earlier, man. DC's a tough. I'm gonna give it to him now, man. I just saw some weakness in that third round, and then that fourth round, I caught him in the right hand. Thank God, because that tough. He kept coming, and you know what? It's a fight. Don't anything can happen.
What did he say there?
fucking hell, yeah. Need subtitles on that shit.
Oh man, I remember what.
I were alright with that.
Fuck
I got
off.
that.
Get out.
It was an our fight. He found some weaknesses in there.
No way. I watched that live.
It sound like Father Jack, didn't he? Father Jack.
I have no idea what he's saying. And they did that dance afterwards, which is now all over the cartoons,
Yeah.
That dude's cartoons. Yeah, he's so funny. Fuck knows what he said.
We need to start sending them to Danny. He hasn't seen them yet.
Have you not seen him?
no,
Yeah.
no.
All the
Oh,
animations.
man. They're so funny. We have to start sharing them on All Stars page, because I'll do it. I'll just keep, I'll keep sharing
they
them.
are absolutely class.
Oh dear. But yeah, so would you want to see the trilogy fight with DC Jones?
I'm not as bothered, I'll be honest.
Imagine how much of
I'm not as arsed.
he is going to be one sad panda in his DC if he loses that.
I'm not as arsed to see that. I think I'd rather see a lot of different fights.
Like, John's basically said it. DC's his bitch.
Yeah.
He's like, DC will beat everyone in division apart from John.
Sad day.
It's
That.
about right, to be fair.
Do you know?
Yeah.
And if they move up to heavyweight, I don't see it going any better.
Yeah.
DC's not getting taller or any more range, yet Johnny's going to be stronger and heavier.
Yeah, he's a beast, isn't he? But yeah, it's not a fight I'm bothered about seeing. But like I say, he's got to think about it. Instead of thinking about going to heavyweight, he's got to think about this Reyes fight, because I think he could beat him. He could beat him. He has got the
Mystic Mitchell.
Yeah.
I can see him now screen recording this podcast on Sunday morning.
I fucking told you. He told you.
That's what he did last time, didn't you?
Right, here's my prediction. Reyes is going to knock him out round 1.
Whoa.
Boom.
That's it.
There you go.
Third round
See,
stoppage,
if
John
that-
by elbows.
If that don't happen, then I can just fucking.
You covered all your bases here, because you went,
refer-
if I had to put my mouse on it, so you've got both sound bites now. This is how television works, isn't it? So you can just pick one, put it out there, and it's like, yeah, I told you, because there's only like 10 people listening to us.
There you go.
And 3 of them in this office.
Sound. And can you watching this in the UK? Is it on? Where is it?
Yes, well done, Danny. Yeah, it's free in UK. You've got to pay in Australia, pay for you, I believe, 54 or 54.95.
What channel are we on?
BT Sport 2.
BT Sport 2.
See, why are we shocked that it's free now? Because it were always used to be free until fucking this transferred over to ESPN and
Because
McGregor.
they said the big fights such as Jones and McGregor will be pay-per-view. So I think it just basically goes on strength at rest at card that it ain't a pay-per-view fight with it being John.
Well, it's it's free.
There you go.
So
So
it should
tune
be.
in, BT Sport 2.
What?
Everyone will be messaging me as usual every week. Have you got a link for fights? Like, no, I don't have the link. No, I want to watch it in the morning on a legal download. Just leave me alone.
Legal.
Where do you get-
download
where do you
on
get your-
BT Sport.
Where do you get your legal down?
I'm not telling you.
Okay.
BT Sport.
There you go. Yeah, I download it off BT Sport. Yeah.
I'm like, so even though I've currently started paying for my own Netflix subscription, I don't pay for my own BT. I use somebody else's login. So I'm not paying for that. That's too expensive.
There you go. Sweet.
That's pretty much it.
Is that everything?
Yep.
Right, well, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back at some point next week. I'm out of the country at the beginning of the week, so fuck knows when we're gonna do it.
We'll figure it out.
Like we said at the beginning, if you know or are a business owner or you know of business owners that would like to sponsor this terrible MMA show that happens once-ish a week at an unknown day or time, just drop us a message and we'll be here. Find Danny Mitchell at Danny Mitchell MMA on every platform. I'll be at the Josh Gudgeon on every platform. Danny Jessup is something. Danny Jessup. What is it?
Danny Jessup.88.
Danny Jessup. Are you born in 88?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you look 40. Yeah, fair one. All right. Laters.